Keith, I do want to touch just before we get on to the football side of things about what he's talking about there. And I mentioned at the top of the programme that this loophole that despite being punished for just ongoing bad behaviour, racist abuse from their fans, Hungarians are allowed to have, they're expecting up to 30,000 school kids in the game. Like, I don't know, is that a punishment? Is this kind of thing going to work? Is it going to change, as Southgate says, change opinions from a young age and stop this sort of stuff happening?
I really don't think so, Tommy. It's, you know, they've been done for racist chants in the last game. It's a little bit of a slap on the wrist saying they're playing behind closed doors. Over 36,000 people there tonight. It's hardly behind closed doors. They haven't lost very much impetus. I know the bulk of the crowd will be kids, but the kids will be noisy. They'll get behind the fans. So I don't see that they have been slapped on the wrist. I think it's a token gesture, letting the fans in. I don't think there should be any fans in there. And if you're going to play behind closed doors, you should be behind closed doors. They should be really punished for what has gone on. Here's
what happened back last September. England sort of turned up the sort of intensity on Hungary and blew them away, and that sort of really horrible stuff then started at this point, Damien. It was just a really unpleasant night, wasn't it?
Yeah, awful. No one likes to see it. I suppose education, like Gareth Southgate touched on there, is probably the best way forward. I think that, you know, I suppose from a psychological point of view, if there's kids in the stadium, they might ask the question, why are there only kids here? And then somebody has to explain that to them, and maybe they'll get the message. I suppose if you shut the stadium and keep everyone outside, then possibly kids would just go over their head, because so many kids watch the news and it might just get brushed under the carpet a little bit. Education is the way, and I suppose all those kids will have received booklets or information that this is not the way to go. And as Gareth touched on, there's a generational thing, you know, there's a generation of people that are inherently racist, and I suppose the next generation coming through, the ones you have to educate, and maybe this is a step towards doing that.
Maybe the sort of shame of it, and Gareth Southgate was talking about embarrassment and shame from the English point of view as well, by the way, because England's home games in this June calendar are also behind closed doors, but they're also going to let school kids in. They're playing both their games at Molineux Wolves Stadium. He's talking about the punishment for the behaviour of their fans at the Euros final at Wembley. So he's not throwing stones at glass houses and all that.